Well, thank you all for gathering here. I know it's kind of cold, so we'll make this kind of short. Something a little more elaborate and festive in the summer months, but we couldn't get everybody together. So since we're all here for Dad's birthday, this is a good time to get together here and just kind of reminisce about when you first started taking over this place in 1925 and all the people that you've helped through the years that passed through these doors. And
there were no food.
Yeah, I know from working with him when I was a small kid and later on when I got older and worked here that he helped many people. He fed people that were hungry, he clothed people that didn't have any clothes, he nursed people that were sick, he gave people rent money that needed rent or pay utility bills back in the days when it was known as the Working Man's Hotel. And as you might expect, the Working Man's Hotel, that people were poor, but he helped them and he was always there for them. He's always been there for all of us. And so about a year and a half ago, I remodeled all these buildings and I did it for the love of my dad, who sacrificed so much. He worked 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. Weren't uncommon for him in those days.
Go ahead.
I love you. I want to dedicate these buildings, this work for you, for all you sacrificed for all of us, and for our love for you.
Thank you.
Get away so you don't get wet, Daddy. Stand down here.
We're going to christen the building.
Christen the building.
Move the...
Here, Dad, take a glove.
Take a glove. Take a glove. Put the glove on, Dad. Dad, take a glove on.
Okay.
Not too hard.
Not too hard.
Harder.
Be strong.
I'm gonna look at it.
Whole damn building's gonna come down.
Good one.
Okay, now we'll retreat to the birthday party.
You're on.
Tonight I have the dubious distinction of being the oldest hostess. So, on behalf of Elena and Barb and Joe and Paul, I want to welcome all of you and tell you how delighted we are that you could be here tonight to share this wonderful event with us. Daddy, the first 90 years were wonderful. Last month while I was listening to the President's inaugural address, after he was all through, I thought to myself, my God, my dad could have written that speech 60 years ago, at least part of it. The President said, of course I paraphrase, but he said, it's not important to give your children a car or to buy them a home. What is important is to teach them a love of country, a love of people, and a generous nature. A generosity not of money, but of self. And equally important, a love of family. Our daddy gave us all of that, including the car and the home. We have laughed together, we've cried together, but most of all, we love together. And that, my friends, is Sam Rucci's living legacy to all of his children, his grandchildren, and all of you. I know that from here to eternity, when the words Uncle Sam are spoken, they'll always have a special meaning to his many nieces, nephews, grandnieces, and nephews, and his sister-in-laws who have always loved and respected this special guy, our dad. And now, Daddy, I have a special salutation for you from two people whom you have always respected and think are pretty special. This one says, to Sam Rucci, another true patriot, on February 22nd, Ronald Reagan, and to Sam Rucci, with best wishes, George Bush. On your 100th birthday, Daddy, I'll buy you the frames. And now I would like to introduce my brother, Joe Rucci, who has a few words of wisdom.
Thanks so much. Well, normally you save the best for the last. I guess we are going along with that format this evening. I see my dad's doctor, Dr. Bias, is in attendance. He's responsible for keeping him in good shape. Also his attorney, Casey Andringa, keeps my dad out of jail. And yours truly, I keep him out of, I'm his financial advisor and I keep him broke.
Hey, don't read my speech.
I thought you might be interested in this. I was reading the paper this morning and I ran across my dad's horoscope. And it says, if Wednesday is your birthday, you knew you were going to be somebody even while you're in formative years. You were actually or psychologically separated from one or both of your parents at an early age. We all know that he left home when he was 15 years old, so that's good. And it says you are sensitive and prescient. I guess that's seeing it in the future. I don't know exactly what it means. And it says you're capable of perceiving potential. It also says you're members of the opposite sex find you attractive and sensual. Must be that mustache you're sporting. I would just like to take this opportunity to say to my dad at this time that I love, respect, and admire him. There is no one I would rather be compared to than you. The nicest thing anyone could say to me is that you're just like your dad.
Oh.
I've been fortunate to have worked for you and with you for many, many years. You have always been there for me, no matter what problems that I've come upon. I can only remember you being wrong once in your life. And that was when you were right, but you thought you were wrong. I wish you a very happy birthday, and I hope many helpful years are ahead of you. You are the best. I'll see you for breakfast in the morning.
You've heard of the person who needs no introduction? I guess I'm the one. I've got to tell you that it's good to be back in Waukesha. I've got to tell you a little story, however, on the airplane coming from San Diego yesterday. It was a rather boring trip, and I took out my wallet and started cleaning it out. And lo and behold, I found a claim check for a pair of shoes that I had left at the Cordo's shoe repair almost 2 years ago as a gift for my niece's wedding. So this morning, I've taken my wife Elena around, who hasn't been here for quite a while, and showing her parts of the city. I said, geez, I got to stop by the Cordo's, so let me run in there. So I went in there, showed him my claim tickets for these shoes. Guy goes to the back room, and he comes out and says, they'll be ready Thursday. Nothing has changed in Waukesha. But I can't tell you what a joy it is for me always to return to Waukesha. Unfortunately, most of the time it's been for some sad occasion, but nothing could be more cheerful than to have the trip from California to celebrate my dad's 90th birthday. I think if you look around this room and you look at each other, I think everyone here can think of at least 10 fond memories involving my dad. And you can also, each one of you, think of 10 people who are not here who also have 10 fond memories of my dad. And so I think you get the picture that all of us who have been touched by Mr. Sam Rucci have nothing but the fondest memories and the fondest admiration for a true community citizen, A man who has meant much not only to his family and his friends, but he has always had the concern of this community over almost 80 years here. And I could go on and tell you all the things he has meant to me. Surely I owe him my life, my sustenance, the support, everything he's given me all these years. But I think when George Bush talked about a kinder and gentler nation, I think he had in mind people like Sam Rucci and people like him who have always been nothing but kind and gentle, not only to their family but to their friends. And everyone here, I'm sure, would join me in saying, Sam, we can't wait until your 100th birthday when we get together, and wish you the very same best. God bless you, Dad. Love you. Now it's my pleasure to introduce to you the senior grandson, Timothy Cooley.
I knew there was an advantage to being number one. Just to answer everybody's questions, Maine has already gotten to me and Teresa's already gotten to me. I'm not getting married in the near future. For the last couple days, there's been a lot of reminiscing being done. Lorraine Ripp was over doing a story for the Freeman on Grandpa the other night, and he was kind of reminiscing about what it was like being born in Bari and coming over to the United States when he was 15 years old. Meeting Grandma, marrying Donna, having 3 wonderful children. And we started to listen to some of these stories, and you start to get a feeling for the history and the heritage and all the friends and all the family. Luckily, so many of you are here tonight to be able to join us. But when you look at the 3 children, the 10 grandchildren, 3 great-grandchildren now, we tried to count all the nieces and nephews, and I think we topped out at about 20. So forgive me if I've missed some or included too many. It's wonderful that we're all able to be able to come here tonight to honor, to wish a happy birthday, to just be friends with a wonderful man we've all grown to know and love, who's been a very special part of our lives, who's been an influence on our lives, who's done a lot through his example to shape who we all are today. So with apologies to Mr. Sinatra, I'd like to introduce our patriarch, our Booba, our chairman of the board, Mr. Sam Rucci. Grandpa.
Thank you, everybody, to come and celebrate this day with me. First, before I start, I'm glad about something. See, my birthday, my first thing I want to say, my name is Sam Rucci. My birthday is November the 22nd. No, I mean February the 22nd. February 22nd. The reason I'm telling you this, because someday you might be confused. I'm telling you. See, like I said, I was born on February the 22nd. And of course, in this country, we celebrate when the birthdays comes up. And see, I didn't know this. I was confused myself. I didn't know this till about when I was 15 years old. You know, in Italy. I was born in Italy. And of course, I was born February the 22nd. And in them days, I guess one year, I remember when I was young, about 4 or 5, one year had 1 doctor. In our hometown, it was about, I mentioned about 11, 12,000 them days. Today it's about 60, 70,000. But anyway, and when a woman delivered a baby, they didn't have no doctors. So there was a midwife. They would come home, deliver the baby and all that stuff. So then, and it went on that way for 15 years. Of course, we don't celebrate the birthday in Italy, There's a name's day. If your name is St. John, and they say St. John, and there are the people that bring flowers, they bring ice cream, things like that, they celebrate that way. So I didn't know what was going on, because then when I went to school, there was no American history written, saying in the school, Italian school. We learned who was Garibaldi, or Giuseppe Mazzini, or Galileo. So I didn't know. You can say, well, maybe get February the 22nd, just because that's holiday of George Washington, and he took advantage to celebrate. So there was So then, when I was 13, and I started signing my legal paper, that I got a passport to come over here in this country. Then I noticed that my really, I'm proud, on the passport was the March the 22nd. And of course, I said to my dad, well, how come you always say there was February the 2nd, and the passport is the 22nd? Then they told me what was going on. See, 10 days, like I said, the midwife delivered the baby. And they didn't register you. You went to the city hall. That's what they real count. So if your mother had a baby and you didn't report that 6 months, they wouldn't count. So they would say, when you went to the courthouse, they would take that date. They didn't do it. So they went on. So that's when I knew that my birthday was the 22nd. And so when I came over here after that, I know the legal paper was 32nd. All my legal papers, all March the 32nd. In this country, my citizen paper, everything, And so I wanted you to know, because someday, if you didn't know this, you might get up some morning, go to the porch, pick up the paper, and say, Sam Rucci passed away last night. He was born March 22nd. You say, what the hell is this? Then you would start blaming the freeman or the other. So that's the reason I'm telling you. So my, it's February 22nd. That's what as long as my birthday, I don't know, it's, to me, everybody thinks, from 9 years old, I'm much younger. And wherever I go, they never believe I'm 90, And they all ask me, Sam, they didn't see me for 2-3 months, you always look the same. Uncle, what do you do to yourself, Well, I says, I don't know. I says, somebody up there must like me. I says that I got a lot of good friends. Of course, I says, the doctor takes good care of me. Dr. Butters has been a good friend of mine and a good doctor that keeps me alive. And I said, I got a few friends, doctors that some in the family. I got Jim Rasmussen, he takes care of the bottom one. Then I got my nephew, Joe Rucci, he takes care of my eyes. So I said, I'm going to be looking good, So I said, that's it. I said, I don't know what keeps me young, but I tell you, I told him, I said, so I tell you, the reason, I say, I know what keeps me young. I said, I want to tell you, and I want to tell you people here, I'm the wealthiest man in the city of Oxford. I don't want to say to the world, but the city of Oxford, I'm the wealthiest man. Not this money proposition, but I have 2 beautiful kids and 9 grandchildren that I wouldn't sell it for millions. And they keep me happy, and I'm so proud of them. Marion, she was the firstborn, and they all went to college. They all graduated from college, except one, but I'll get to that. So Marion, she was the first one, and she graduated from college. She got married, and of course her husband was in the service, and generally she's been in the service a long time, with the government and things like that. And now she has position in Mona Linda Veteran Hospital, and she's the head chief. The voluntary service. And what makes me really happy is sometimes I go to California and I take a walk. I go to the hospital, see, and everyone, no matter no difference that I got trained, through Marion, if it's a janitor or it's a doctor, the head doctor, okay, and they all stop me and then never you say, Mr. Rucci, you got a hell of a nice woman up here. He says, I don't know what we do without her. I said, this hospital couldn't be run without her. So that's why it makes me young and proud of it. Then the second one was Paul, was born. And he graduated from high school. He enlisted at the college. The first year, he went to St. Louis. It was Washington University. Well, the first year he didn't do so good. He went to the team there and all that. He got lonesome. And see, we tried to get him in Marquette, but during the war, they didn't have no place for it. That's when we got to send him to St. Louis. Then finally we got to Marquette, and he finished school in Marquette. He went 3 years in Marquette, and he was graduate MD from there. And I'm telling you, all my kids, they love themselves, they love their neighbors, and they love the United States of America. And so do I, because we've got the best country in the world. And that's why I'm so proud of it. Now, Paul, he graduated from my kids in June. He got married. Then he signed up for the Navy. He practiced in Great Lakes, 2 years there. And from then on, he was sent overseas 3-4 times. So by the time he put in 31 years in the Navy, and each 2-3 years he upgraded them all the time. So I'm very proud of him. And when he finished his age there, he was a Rear Admiral in the United States Navy, and if you could stay 4 more years. Now this is true. They promised they would be Surgeon General of the Navy if he stayed. But you know what? The reason he didn't go, because he was tired of moving. He was living in San Diego. He bought a beautiful house there to retire, and he says, no way I can go to Washington and then move again in 4 years. And so, all very proud. And so that's all that. So now, this is the best. No, I got something to say that. Now this goes for all of you. You're in there yet, but you'll be there. When you get my age, you'll be there. Before this, I didn't know this guy was going to do this. I thought it was my birthday. My birthday would, just a family. Joe always, when my birthday, takes about an hour to make cake and we had coffee and things like that. And then Marion called one day. She says, Dad, your birthday, me and Paul will be coming to walk show. I said, oh, that's nice, you know. But I didn't know they were going to do all this. So then I found out what they was going to do. And before that, I said, well, one day, I didn't know they were coming. I said, I'm going to write them a letter because every time Paul, she calls me every week. Marion, she calls 2 or 3 times a week. She got a free telephone. You know? And, oh, see, Marion, I want to tell you, your secretary called today. He said, tell Marion everything's fine.
Now you're telling.
So then I said, myself, I'm going to write a letter and tell them just what it is to be 90 years old. So I was going to write that letter. Then I get this Reader Digest, and there was an article there about double age, but get 90 and like that, how people react. See. And of course, the trouble with me, so when I was going to school, 3rd grade in Italy. I didn't have no school in this country at all. Whatever I learned through myself, you know. So I can read pretty good, but when I write, I make a lot of mistakes, you know. By I switch some letters like that. So I'm not so good at writing. So then I got this in the magazine. So I'm going to read to you. That's exactly how I feel. And someday, you're going to feel the same thing. There's no way you can get away with it, you know, as you come. So I'm going to read this. I hope that my eyes stays so I can read it.
Your what? Eyes. I thought you said
Turn the thing here. Give me a- Oh, yeah. I forgot my joke. Yeah, that's. You know why? They were going to school. So then it was your turn. You know, he was 4 years younger than Tua. And so I didn't want him to go into no business, you know, my business. I didn't want to have anything to do with it. So I preached with him. I said, listen, you're going to go to college. So then when his time came, I'm being enrolled to Notre Dame. He attended Notre Dame 2 years. 2 years. Then he had to go to summer school. And he went to summer school. So one day, I was sitting home, and who comes in? Somebody is. And he said, and he started talking. He said, say, I saw Joe downtown. Now this is what he was going to summer school in Notre Dame. So then I said, no. I said, he's not at school. He said, no, I just talked to him. So about 15 minutes later comes Joey. What's the matter? He says, Dad, sit down. He says, don't waste any money on me. I just can, I don't know. I tell Lord, he says, I'm going to join the Marine. I said, oh, you're going to join the Marine? He said, yeah. He says, maybe after I do my age in the Marine, maybe I'll go to school. Maybe I'll feel more better to go to school. Well, I said, do what you saw. You went in the Marine. You served 2 years. You came back. Then you went back to my camp. 1 more year. So the same thing. The year, he said, Dad, there's no way I can go to school. I just ain't me, he said. So I was in the business. So I took him with me. And then, of course, he worked about a year or so. You know what he did? He bought me out. So now he's the sheriff of the board. Now, the brother and sister, they're supposed to make pretty good money, you know, after his education. He's making more than anybody else. So that's the growth part. Well, now let's go on the age stuff. Now this is, say, I can remember. That's the thing. And it goes like this. Just a line to say I'm living, that I'm not amongst the dead. So I'm getting more forgetful and mixed up in my head. I got used to my trials, and my dentures, I'm resigned. I can't manage my bifocals, but God, I miss my mind. For some time I can remember when I stand at the foot of the stairs, if I must go up for something, or I just came down from it. And before the fridge is so often, my poor mind is filled with doubt. Have I just put food away, or I have came to take it out? And there's times when it's dark, with my nightcap on my bed. I don't know if I'm going to be tired or just getting out of the bed. So if it's my turn to write you, there's no need for getting sore. I may think that I have written, and I don't want to be a bore. So remember that I love you, and I wish that you were here. But now it's near mail time, so I must say goodbye here. There as I stand beside the mailbox, with a face so very red, instead of mailing you my letter, I'll open instead. So, that's what it is. Now, this ain't so bad. This isn't so bad because you might forget. Sometimes I do a lot of times. I gotta do something, just go to the refrigerator. No, I know what I was going to do. Say, no, well, I forget. But comes back in a minute or two. Comes back. This ain't so bad. Now, this is the worst one. When you get this, there's no hope. There's no doctor in the world that can fix it. Now this goes like this. No. It says, dear friend, now that I'm old and feeble, my pilot light is out. What was to be my sex appeal now is my water spout. I used to be embarrassed to make the things behave, for every single morning you'd one stand and watch me shave. But now I'm growing old, and it sure gives me the blues to have the things hang down my legs and watch me shine like so when you get to this together, there's no way you can listen to this. You should forget, Sam. Well, that's what it is when you're 90 years old. But God bless you all, and I tell you, you got a standing invitation 10 years from now when I'm on.
Okay. Well, Are you getting this?
I'm getting it.
I'm sorry.
Got the red light on.
Where's Jimmy? Are you getting this, Jimmy?
You know it was coming.
Where did you take it?
Want to do a kick line? Show the legs.
Can we get a young group in here? It's too long. Have a skirt on.
Okay, got it.
Tim, am I in there too?
We got your head all the way through it. Give us a shot.
Don't you wish? My daughter would leave me.
My Leroy and I.
Huh?
Leroy and I.
Hang on. Okay. There you go. Got it.
Thank you.